up guys, Mike the EV Addict, and I'm here to show you how to install this activated carbon cabin air filter from electrifiedocean.com. Let's get to it. When you order these kits from Electrified Ocean, you are going to receive 2 carbon filters. It is a great deal because every year it is recommended to replace your cabin air filter. And if you're me and here in the state of Florida, your car lives outside all the time, you're gonna notice a little bit of musty smell in the cabin. That's your hint that it might be time to replace that filter. Well, we got these beautiful carbon filters, and let's unbox and take a peek at it right now. Look at that. That activated carbon is going to truly purify and clean that air. And I talked with Chad at Electrified Ocean. He said you may notice a little bit of that carbon smell in the beginning, but it is going to go to work and do so for you pretty quick. And you have this nice little flap here to help you pull that filter in and out of the compartment. So let's go through the install procedure. All right, so let's get nitty gritty. What are you gonna need? Well, you may need a trim panel because you're gonna have to remove this panel, and possibly that panel. Then you're gonna need a screwdriver with a bit holder, and there are a few torque bits. You're gonna need a T20, so that should be around, oh, well, we're gonna have to try them, but I think it might be this guy right here. Anyway, you're gonna need a T20, and let's get to it. You may need to pull this one out a little bit just to get to the bottom corner. We were able to slide that corner up and out and didn't need to remove this at all or any of this trim piece. Now we need to remove this, but here's where you're gonna have to get one of those torque bits. So if you've never removed this lower panel before, you will have a torque screw right here. Once you remove this screw, you will never want to put that screw back because everything is held by clips. So at this point, we just pull this down. Just like when you go on the other side and you set yourself up for success by never putting that screw back so you can quickly get to those fuses, we're gonna do the same thing. Because the goal, we gotta get this taco tray out in order to get to the filter behind it. I know it sounds like a pain, but it doesn't take very long. All right. I might just leave this like this. So you see this assembly right here. You got a torque screw here, here, there, and up there. That removes this taco tray. So we're gonna go ahead and get those going. Now, because I don't have a stubby screwdriver, I'm gonna use a bendy screwdriver. And we're going to bend and get this one right out. Just like, all right, now that we got all 6 screws out, this whole thing should just pop right out. Just like the taco tray, but in its entirety. All right, and voila. Just like most vehicles, this is what the air filter housing looks like. So we're going to need to access that torque screw. That's where having a little bit of a longer screwdriver helps. Old bendy here should do the trick. If you don't have one of these, it's pretty sweet. AutoZone, Amazon, whatever your choice of shopping. Let's get that one out. And y'all, you want to be really careful with this this screw, the one that's back there that I just got out, because if your hand is not there ready to catch it, you can drop it. So yeah. Oh, made in Belgium. Little fact about Belgium, did you know that that is where the European Union is? And did you know that Belgium claims the French fry? They call them frites. So if you're ever in Belgium, either go say hi to the folks in Brussels in the European Union, and while you're there, get some French fries. Cheers. All right. Next, we're going to squeeze those tabs, and we're going to pull off that faceplate to the housing. Should be able to just stick my hand in there. Kind of see I just squeezed it. I've got kind of bigger hands. So now I'll squeeze this side. Boom. And look at that. Our filter. Airflow goes down. Remember that. If you can't read the writing because it's upside down, it's wrong. So I will notice one thing that is different is the flap that you grab to remove the filter on this one is down. On the old one, it's at the top. Just one manufacturing difference, but it won't affect anything. Yeah. All right, got the cover on. Now it's time to put in the silly little screw. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I would have dropped that screw, I would not be replacing it. I'm pretty sure those clips on the side will hold this cover on. Silly little screw. So, all right, so I just slid the taco tray right back up into there. Now it's time to put in the 6 screws. All right, once those are in, you just wanna guide the clips back in. And just, yeah, sometimes you might need to bend that one back up into place over here. And just start feeding the dash again, especially that clip right there. The 2 edges always require more finesse. All right, give it a love tap. Make sure your tray still works. Need to clean that. Cool. Now it's time to get in this panel. You can see the edge right there is just gonna slip behind. And if you need to, you can lift this one up. It's just clipped on. Put that there. American tap. Tap, tap. And you're done. If you stayed with me this far, great. Thank you so much for your support. We're gonna do the sniff check. I wanna see just how much carbon can I smell right off the go. X-band, K-band. So I can say, it smells cleaner. To me, it smells like when you walk into a motel and they just clean the room. I can smell the carbon, but that's a good sign. That means it's working. Cheers.